Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another video. To all you dads out there, happy Father's Day to you. I hope that you were smothered with hugs and kisses from those who you love and those who love you today. I'm going to talk a little bit about Father's Day and what I think the importance of fathers in today's society is. But first, I'm sure if you watch this channel for very long, you've seen some of the comments. People say, well, where do you get your shirts? Where do you buy your clothing? And the link to it is down below in the description. They've even got a 10% discount if you use the keyword Wingman22. But again, it's down below in the description, as are some of the companies that I do consultant work with and recommend. So you can find that down below in the description. So back to Father's Day. This is a sad Father's Day for me because it's the first Father's Day that I'm going to be without my dad. My dad passed away late last summer, 9 days short of his 90th birthday. Lived a long and incredible life. My dad was a hard ass. When I was raised, he came back he was raised in an era where people were tough. They weren't the snowflakes of today. They were tough. And he raised me to be tough. I was also very lazy. Something that still, I could hear him say it as if I was 8 years old, 10 years old again. An empty chair can get a C. I was a good student, but I was a lazy one. And I just get okay grades when I could have done so much better. An empty chair can get a C. And I can hear it in my head. Are there things that your dad said to you growing up that you go, oh, I remember that? Post some of them down below in the comments. You know, my dad was, as I mentioned, a hard ass, and he really was. The times when he was the nicest and the most fun to be around and seemed to be human, was when we would go camping and fishing or hunting. Anytime we were in the out of doors, it's like he became this different human being, one that was fun and approachable, and he would burp and he would fart sometimes. And I know that sounds silly, but he was an engineer. He worked for the companies that built rocket ships that went to the moon. He was so smart and regimented, had his slide rule in his pocket. Everything was perfect. My dad did everything right, and I was just lazy. But my dad wanted me to be perfect. He wanted me to be smart, at least not lazy. Took me a long time to try to figure out how to not be lazy. How an empty chair really can get a C. And that's a general broad statement. He taught me something else that I didn't know what it meant until I grew up. He would say, never buy anything when you need it. That's when you buy stuff, right? I mean, when else do you, when you want it. No, don't buy things when you want it either. I'm like, Dad, if you don't buy it when you want it, you don't buy it when you need it, when do you buy it? And he'd say, buy it when you don't need it and you don't want it, but you are going to need it. Look ahead. He taught me to look ahead. Plan for those rainy days. Plan for when you're going to, because when you buy something because you need it or because you want it, you're most of the time making an emotional decision. Most of the time you're going to regret that decision. When we think emotionally, when we post comments online that are based upon primarily emotion, most of the time when we look back at them, we go, ooh, I wish I would have said that a little bit differently. Ooh, I wish I wouldn't have jumped into that thing so quick. So when you do things emotionally, you make mistakes. Now, we can make mistakes even when we do them rationally. But if you don't need something, but you know you're going to one day, think about it. Think about one day I'm going to need a whatever it is. It could be an RV, it could be a retirement account, it could be insurance, it could be anything, a lawnmower. Whatever you're going to need, think about what you're going to need in the future and start shopping for it now. Think about it. You don't have to buy it yet. Start shopping for it now. In today's world with the post-COVID, whatever is getting ready to happen, we've got a lot of things happening where you're probably going, oh, I got to have this, I got to have that, I got to have this other thing. You're getting emotional. You may have waited too late. A lot of people, I fear, have waited too long to prepare. But don't buy something when you need it and don't buy something when you want it. Think ahead. So that's something that my father imparted on me. Post a comment if you would. Let me know what kinds of things your dad taught you that have stuck with you to this day and maybe been helpful for you. Now let me talk about fathers in general. I think that if we look at the events that have been going on in today's world, especially the last 25 years, 30 years, we can see a decay. Something's wrong. We know it's wrong. I think I know what's wrong. It's not one thing that's wrong. It's everything is wrong. All of it. We have given control of our children, of our health, of our decisions to others. We have taken things for granted. Our teachers are going to take care of our kids, right? They're going to teach our kids the right things, right? While we're busy pursuing a second career or out playing, our kids are being taught by somebody. They're being taught by this. When I grew up, there wasn't a cell phone. There wasn't an internet. Thank God there wasn't. Today, children are injected 8 hours a day with the stuff that comes from cyberspace, and most of it is poison. It's poison. I think we're seeing the results of that. Broken families and a broken education system and a society that encourages people to be weird instead of being good. All of those things add up. And it manifests itself in the crazy behavior we're seeing in children today. I would respectfully suggest that if you still have children or you have grandchildren, try to become more involved in their lives. Most of the people that are watching this video are going to be older like me. But if there's some young men, women out there that are watching this video, the more you can be involved in your children's lives, the further you can get them away from this. This is a part of all of our lives. It's never going to go away. But you need to be a more important part of that child's life. If you're going, my kids are doomed, they're too far gone, I would suggest maybe that they're not. They're not. Love them. Listen to them. Give them your time. You know, I say often that love is spelled T-I-M-E. If your kids are grown up, if you don't have any kids or grandkids, somebody needs a father figure. They do. Not somebody that comes down on them, but somebody that teaches them right from wrong. Somebody that lets them know, hey, you're okay. The music they listen to today is not the kind of music I listen to. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I'm not going to criticize my grandchildren for listening to the music that they're listening to. That's all they hear. They can't help themselves, just like we couldn't help ourselves with the music that we listened to. We liked it, and they like today's music. We've got to, instead of trying to push this on children, on our children and on young people, I think we do better, just personally. I want to know what you think. If we stopped and we listened and we observed first, we observe. Don't be emotional. Don't just write, oh, that's stupid, let's criticize. Well, what a great way to destroy a relationship. You don't have to embrace it, go, oh, this weird stuff is so cool. But watch, listen, get involved. Look at the websites they go to. Look at the school things that they're learning, that their teachers are imparting on them. Look at their friends. Where is that going in their lives? And if you don't like it, you've got to observe first and go, where do I want to take them? You may not know exactly where you want to take them, but I want to take them away from that. Well, start. Start by giving them your time. Teach them something in a fun way. Make it short. Children, especially boys nowadays, they need a father. They need a father figure. Boys, what's happened to them? Our culture, our movies, our television, our everything is sissified little boys. Boys are supposed to grow up to be men who are strong and leaders. We are, and we're very vulnerable, and we make mistakes, but we have a position. God put us here for a reason, I think. To ignore that, to believe that the poison that children are being injected into them by watching television shows that makes men look stupid, men are the oppressors, men are awful. No, they're not. Some of them are. And all of us have the ability to be awful. We do. Even those snowflakes, even the people that go, oh, I'm so nice. No, you're not. We all have the capacity to be very good and to be very bad. And to point fingers and say they're all bad is wrong. So get involved. Find a child. It can feel hopeless, I think, trying to connect with somebody because you won't see the results of what you're trying to impart on them. My father kept saying an empty chair can get a C. What? I finally figured it out, but I didn't figure it out right when he said it. But now I know what he meant. Don't buy something when you need it. What? He didn't see that until I had gray hair when I finally realized that's what he meant. So you may not live long enough to see the things that you will implant. You will teach your children, the children that you are connected with. You may not live long enough to see it, but I promise you, it's more important. It's at least as important as getting them away from these things. They need your time. So on this Father's Day, again, I want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day. I hope that you will post a comment. Let me know if your dad left any words, if you can still hear some things or some lessons that he taught you when you were young. And you moms out there, we love you too. It's not just men that need to be involved. Women, mamas, grandmas, we all need to be involved with our children, or else we're going to see more of the decay that we've been seeing over the last generation or more. Let's get involved. Let's support others. Let's understand division is easy to do. It's easy to criticize people. It's fun sometimes. Let's just jump on that guy and blame them for everything. Before we do that, let's look in the mirror. The person who brushes your teeth is the place you start with, because inside of you, you've got this soul, this spirit. If you'll listen to it and pray, listen to that. And then find others that need that help. Lead by example. Guide them. Love them. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know how I got off on that tangent that I did, but I'm hopeful that you'll realize how important dads are and moms are. We all are, to our children and to everybody else. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a comment down below. If you like this video, please share it on social media. Give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you next time.